So are live tiles any good? If you own any Microsoft product, anything from Windows 8 or newer, or the Windows Phone 7 or newer, you've encountered the live tile, a little square block that feeds you information. But the question is, are they any good? Are they really useful? Well, in this video, I'll give you my thoughts on the Windows live tiles. So, are live tiles all that they're cracked up to be? Well, let me give you my thoughts here real quick on live tiles. So let's open up my start screen on my Windows Phone. And you can see I have my screen laid out with some smaller icons, but yet some bigger icons that can actually display information. And so you can see here all the live tiles are flipping through their updates. And so down here I'm getting things like weather. Cortana just popped up the most recent news. My YouTube app is showing me some new videos from my subscribers. If I open up my folder that I have for social networks, these tiles will begin to update with any social notifications that I have coming in, as well as my games will update if there's anything of notice on those. And pretty much any of these folders that I have set up here have their live tiles inside of them and will show me those notifications. So the one thing that I find extremely useful about live tiles is at-a-glance information, such as the weather. Weather isn't something that I really need to open the app and get information. So I love that this tile flips through what the weather currently is and the temperature, and then it flips to the next 3 days. And so that just makes it very useful just to see at a glance without having to open the app and wait for it to load. The Cortana News just gives a couple quick news updates, which I'm not always interested in, but instead of having to go to the news app and find out I'm not interested in the top story, I can just see it show up right on my screen. So again, all these little things all add up. You know, being able to see the next thing in my calendar without having to open my calendar is again another huge thing. So do live tiles make sense? I think if they're used right, they do. Obviously every one of these things doesn't need to be a live tile. It just becomes overwhelming and a nuisance. But if you find the ones that do make sense for you, it can become very valuable. Now another thing I like about live tiles, with this is just a surface type level thing, is I like how clean they can be. So right now on Windows Phone 8, the background of your phone shines through the tiles. In Windows Phone 10, that's going to become additional options where the background can actually be behind the tiles, and the tiles will actually be able to be partially transparent, which I think will even make a nice, even cleaner interface. To where you can have the background of your phone full screen and all the tiles kind of fade in the background. So you can still see them all there, but your background image just kind of goes through. I think it gives a cleaner and more pleasing look to the phone. So I like live tiles. There's a lot happening. You can see just since I've been on the screen, everything's kind of moving around and showing updates. These folders I have, the tiles shift around in the folders. If I have enough tiles in there, you can see the tiles are shifting around to show all the applications. Does that make a lot of sense? No, I mean, because you can't see them all at the same time. But I think it just gives a sense of liveliness to the phone, which I just find it refreshing. I find it engaging to pull out my phone and just see all that stuff moving around. And at the same time, they do have a very clean, elegant look to them. Now, as far as them being practical, I guess I'd have to compare this to stuff on the other phones. And so Android has widgets, which you can pin, and widgets in some ways are actually better because you can interact with a lot of widgets on Android phones. However, the widgets on Android phones aren't always consistent. They don't always have depending on which ones you put on your screen, it may not have the same nice, pleasant appeal to them. So to answer the question, are live tiles really good? They're not great. They're nice. I do get very used to them, and I do like how the application itself, so like this, if I tap on this, this opens my calendar, and I like how the calendar itself also shows the live tile, so I don't need a separate widget and a separate application button to open it. And in iOS, all these type of interactions you'd have to swipe down to get. So I like how they're on the screen. I like how they blend in. I like how on Windows Phone you just scroll up, and so you get that nice smooth transition to new information. It's not pages that you have to scroll through. It's a very, you can scroll up just a little bit if you want. You don't have to. and there's really a lot, you can actually get a lot on the screen at the same time. So this may look overwhelming, but once you get used to it, you really have all of your information and all your apps on the same screen ready to go, which I think is great. What I would like to see is the ability to interact with these tiles a little more, especially if I'm making the tile big like this here, like my calendar. It would be great if they added a button on here so I could toggle through my calendar events, or at least show more than one event at the same time. So there's a lot of potential here with the live tiles. I think they're okay, and I think that there could be more developed to make them more useful, to get more of that Android widget type feel where you can actually interact with the tile itself. If you like this on-screen update, this isn't something that you're going to get with iOS. Again, iOS just has the static icons, and the icons all have to be on this screen, which I'm kind of branching over into Windows Phone. I'll stick here with the tiles. The tiles themselves, I do like how you can resize, you can customize them. I can make this as small or as large as I want it to be, depending on the application. Some applications go even bigger. So it really gives you the ability to customize your screen and see dynamic information that's coming up. So in the end, yes, I think live tiles are good, but there's also a lot of potential that has not been opened up with what you could really do with live tiles. So for instance, even like swiping gestures, maybe a left swipe on a tile could do something. So thanks for watching my video on live tiles. If you have any questions or if you have your thoughts on live tiles, please let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would really appreciate it if you would. And if you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike and let me know. You can also check out my website at techtipguru.com for more unboxing and reviews. Thank you for watching.